Hey Adventurers, today is going to be another Poetry Thursday, and once again a Poetry Thursday out of The Lord of the Rings. This is going to be Farewell to Boromir. At least I believe that's what the poem is called, or what the song is called. That's what I'm calling it, at least. And this is just the poem or the song that Aragorn and Legolas sing at the departure of Boromir. And I'm not going to go a whole lot into the things that come after it or what all it means, but as you read through the story and you read a little bit of what comes after this poem, you learn a lot about the lore and the world building of Gondor and just how that city and that nation exists and the way that they think and the history behind them and stuff like that, a lot of their background and a lot of the way that they believe and stuff like that. So it's really interesting poem. We'll see how far I read. I'll probably just read a bit of the book as well, and then go into the poem and then read straight through the poem until I get to the end. So that's what we'll do with this one. So it says, "For a while the three companions remained silent, gazing after him. Then Aragorn spoke. 'They will look for him in the White Tower,' he said, 'but he will not return from mountain or from sea.' Then slowly he began to sing. Through Rohan, over fen and field, where the long grass grows, the west wind comes walking, and about the walls it goes. What news from the west, O wandering wind, do you bring me tonight? Have you seen Boromir the tall by moon or by starlight? I saw him ride over 7 streams, over waters wide and gray. I saw him walk in empty lands until he passed away. Into the shadows of the north, I saw him then no more. The north wind may have heard the horn of the son of Denethor. O Boromir, from the high walls westward I looked afar, but you came not from the empty lands where no men are." Then Legolas sang. "From the mouths of the sea the south wind flies, from the sandhills and the stones. The wailing of the gulls it bears, and at the gate it moans. What news from the south, O sighing wind, do you bring to me at eve? Where now is Boromir the fair? He tarries, and I grieve. Ask not of me where he doth dwell, so many bones there lie, on the white shores and the dark shores under the stormy sky. So many have passed down Anduin to find the flowing sea. Ask of the north wind news of them, the north wind sends to me. O Boromir, beyond the gate the seaward road runs south, but you came not with the wailing gulls from the grey sea's mouth." Then Aragorn sang again. "From the gate of the kings the north wind rides, and past the roaring falls, and clear and cold about the tower its loud horn calls. What news from the north, O mighty wind, do you bring to me today? What news of Boromir the bold, for he is long away? Beneath Amon Hen I heard his cry, there many foes he fought, his cloven shield, his broken sword, they to the water brought. His head was so proud, his face so fair, his limbs they laid to rest, and Rauros, golden Rauros falls, bore him upon its breast. O Boromir, the tower of guard shall ever northward gaze, to Rauros, golden Rauros falls, until the end of days." So they ended. Then they turned their boat and drove it with all the speed they could against the stream back to Parth Galen. "You have left the east wind to me," said Gimli, "but I will say naught of it." "That is as it should be," said Aragorn. "In Minas Tirith they endure the east wind, but they do not ask it for tidings. But now Boromir has taken his road, and we must make haste to choose our own." So there's a crazy amount of world building in this one little poem. It's not a little poem, but it's a song. But you also, once again, you see, as I mentioned with the Lament for Gandalf, how you can see the different writing styles between Frodo and Sam, but you can also see the different styles between Aragorn and between Legolas in this one poem. But at the same time, you also see the way that Gimli responds, where he's like, there's another wind that I could sing from that perspective of, but I'm not going to. It's not that he doesn't want to create a poem or he doesn't want to commemorate Boromir, but that's not the way that he's grieving, and that's not the way that he's going to go about it. And so it's just the amount of world building you see, the thing from the east wind, or the men of Gondor endure the east wind, but they don't ask it for tidings. There's little things like that are just so interesting with the type of world building that they add to the stories. So that's all I've got for you this week. We will have a couple more Lord of the Rings poems for sure. I don't think there's too many more left that I want to bring, but there are a couple. So thank you guys for watching Erudite Adventure. Please like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. We post videos every Monday and Thursday, and have our social medias linked in the description down below. Thanks for watching. Stay warm.